The video games industry is one of the most innovative and fastest growing industries in the world. The men and women of this industry work tirelessly to provide entertainment for the masses, and some of these provide the music. Music that we love. Music that we listen to when we're enjoying ourselves playing those video games. Video games. Music that we love. Music that we listen to when we're enjoying ourselves listening to video games. Video games. Do we even know who these people are? No. Would video games be the same without them? No. What you are about to hear are not real songs, but they are inspired by songs.
Hello everybody and welcome to another day, another dollar of Average Giants. Wait a minute, no we don't do that. As you can see, we have a single cam today because I'm a freaking idiot, so...
That's okay.
Anyways, I am Chumley Yvonne, a shrimp and toast, but you can call me Giant. And with me as always is... Average Gamer.
Hi, I'm just an average gamer. No big.
And
what are we playing today, Shrimp and Toast?
it's Chumley Von Shrimp and Toast, okay? Get it right. We are playing Particulars, and we have a very lovely guest on that we played the game before, and it's called... What is it called again? What's it called? Oh yeah, Phantasmal.
Oh snap. Fresh off the Kickstarter with his own PewDiePie video in the works, we get to chat with Joe Chang. So that'll be interesting in the second hour.
It'll be super-de-duper.
But I want to see more of Particulars, and with us in the studio we have Paul, and your last name I cannot even pretend to pronounce.
That's pretty normal. It's pronounced Steya. It's much simpler than it looks.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's a nice name, actually. I like that. How's it going today?
Pretty good, yeah. We're like a little bit over a week out from launch, so things are getting a bit hectic, but doing really well.
And I can pretty much say that I think I've been hounding you guys since about June.
Yeah, it's been a crazy... Thanks for keeping on us. We've got there in the end.
Oh, not a worry. So before we get started, would you mind giving us a quick synopsis of what Particulars is for our audience?
Yeah, so Particulars is a game that's about and really based on the subatomic particle physics. So as you're playing as a quark, which is the smallest thing in the universe, and there's a lot of other particles. And all those particles pull and push at you, and you've got to deal with the fact that as you're moving, other things are tugging at you, essentially. So it's got this like arcade quality to it, because you essentially are this little circle in the game. And then there's other antiparticles, which are then going to try and annihilate you. And of course, you're attracted to the things that want to blow you up, because why not?
Sweet.
Funnily enough, that's how the universe works. And you've got to solve various puzzles as you go along. Through all this, we've got a story about Allison, who's a physicist, and pretty much about her life that kind of weaves through the game.
Oh, cool. I think we're just walking through part of the intro right now, so I just want to see the end of this video.
How much fun we used to have there when we go. Okay, well, bye. Call.
That was a nice intro.
Call whenever you like.
It's come together really nicely.
Yeah. Is that you narrating?
No, we got much more talented voice actors than me.
Wait, we aren't in this. What are you talking about?
But Tish.
I would have, it would have been great to get you guys doing like Australian accents in this. That would have been.
Then we'd all sound like
know if you know what you're
Crocodile
asking.
Dundee.
Yeah.
The extent of my Australian accent is Yahoo Serious and Paul Hogan.
Oh, Lord.
And Simpsons.
We had a big conversation at one stage as to whether we'd use Australian accents or go with American accents. And we essentially just went, well, we're in Australia, why wouldn't we?
Yeah.
Or you could go with Australians
Actually-
doing American accents, which is just as good.
And that was
Yeah.
the same mentality of the new Borderlands game too, because I know that it was their studio down south in I can't remember. I think it's Australia.
Did you just
But
get
everybody-
troned into that arcade machine?
Yeah, very possibly.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, you're gonna like this.
Welcome to the subatomic world.
You're a really difficult person to get to know.
So how long have you guys been
Graham
putting
Jones.
particulars together? Because this is a highly polished looking game.
So this is about 2 years in. We started about February, March last year. The actual game though has roots back in 2010.
Oh, okay.
So this is like the latest in like a long line, essentially. Like the first version, like you can actually look this up still. There's a really crappy version of this game on Newgrounds. That was like the first game I ever like finished. I did it in about a week back in
Wow.
2000.
Yeah, props for Newgrounds though.
Yeah, Newgrounds.
Yeah.
Boy, we lived on Newgrounds for years.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, that was the. It feels like the indie scene has moved on from there, but like there were definitely times when like the Flash communities where a lot of the really interesting stuff was.
Oh yeah, back in the days of like Alien Hominid, which
Yeah.
they went on to make like Castle Crashers for the people that don't know, or Battle Block Theater.
A single
But
Mm.
yeah, that's cool.
working on. Robert,
I love the style too.
Dad, hasn't been
So
Thanks. Yeah.
what was the original inspiration for this game?
I did physics in uni, and this is essentially one of the third-year physics courses I did. Pretty much like all the things in this game are from that course. Just the lecturer specifically in that course was really inspiring, and the way he delivered it was amazing. And what was great about that course actually was that every time that we did a new thing, it kind of challenged everything you knew beforehand. And so the idea that like learning new things can really like upend everything you knew before kind of inspired me and made me want to like think about
1998.
like bringing this world to life in some way.
Interesting.
Left 4 data. The anime, enticing but diddly.
Yeah, this is where we start getting the antiparticles. And so yeah, then it was about finding ways of making this accessible. So the hard thing is obviously science is often very like technical and very understand. And finding ways to simplify it, firstly by making it about like what the gameplay is and that sort of thing. And then also bringing a story through it was very important. Oh yeah, so you guys have found examination mode. That's currently the one thing that's not really working on a controller. It works great with a mouse, but we'll get there. It's like one of my last tasks that I've kind of like dealing
Checklist
with.
is almost done.
Yeah. Yeah, basically the idea is you can like hover over things and find out more information about them. And it's very easy to do that with a mouse and kind of difficult with a controller.
Yeah. That makes sense.
It's okay, we want to make this a lot harder so we don't like give too much away.
We're cool with that. So, what platforms do you guys have this? Currently available in a week, in a week's time.
Yeah.
What platforms and price point are you looking at?
So it's going to be Steam. So right now we're actually on early access, and you can buy it for $10 at the moment. But when we go live, I think we're going to be doing 15.
Yeah.
The full game, and yeah, from there we're going to start looking at console ports. But we're
Cool.
going to do that post launch. Yeah.
Whoa.
Whoa. This reminds me a little bit of like Geometry Wars in the awesome sense.
Yeah, especially once you get quite a few particles going, like it just it gets a bit crowded.
Don't worry, I got mad Jezball skills.
Yeah.
And if anybody still remembers what Jezball is, then you get a point. So who did the animation, the hand-drawn animation? At the
Okay,
beginning?
yeah, so we have the animations are essentially the work of two separate people. We have Mia, who's our artist who did the actual like drawing of all the frames, and then Tom did the actual like animating and making it look come to life essentially and all that sort of stuff. So between the two of them, they made it all look the way it does. Oh yeah, and you can see our achievements, which are also in progress.
Yeah, I got learned.
Also last, the little checklist, making the achievements not look horrible.
And I was gonna ask the music as well, because the music is very emotive. It's nice. It's atmospheric.
Yeah, I mean that was one of the things. Like we went to, we're working with a guy called Angus O'Sullivan. He's done a lot of like movie stuff and TV and all that sort of thing. And this was one of his first forays into games. And what we really did was just had a lot of conversations with him about what the game is and what we thought was important about it. And so that very much that meditative feel, like we pretty much very early on decided that meditation, minimalism, and kind of an idea of chaos out of and complexity out of simplicity were all very important things that we wanted to convey. And he then came back with essentially that, and it hasn't really changed since because it was amazing. And yeah, similarly, like we've been working with a different guy for our sound effects, and that's been evolving over time and just trying to bring those qualities through these things. Yeah.
Interesting. Sorry, I'm mesmerized. That was interesting. I liked your concept saying about how you wanted meditation, but you also wanted chaos and you wanted minimalism. Like those are some interesting themes that you're not usually going to see together. Like what made you guys kind of decide on that?
So minimalism was kind of by necessity because there's a lot of information that we have to convey, and so if we don't take a minimalist stance, then it's going to be impossible to actually see what anything is. And like each particle is actually conveying like 3 or 4 bits of data, and later on in the game we actually get to like even more bits of information in each particle, and that's all important for gameplay. So yeah, if we don't do minimalism, then we're in trouble. Meditation was kind of that idea of like, because the game is based on something real, like that idea of meditation as learning and insight and that sort of thing was something that we really happened upon fairly quickly. Also, just when you look at the motion, it is kind of mesmerizing, just the motions of the particles.
Oh, totally. Especially even in these early couple levels, like all the different designs that you were making with, you know, when 4 or 5 of them spawn in together, and it's already, you can see it's going to be this giant orchestra of movement and light and sound.
Yeah, totally. And so once you start getting all those together, then yeah, that idea of meditation starts coming to the fore. And then chaos is similar. Like once you start looking at these motions, it's about very simple rules that then create something chaotic together. And so yeah, like very much like this game, we started off with the simple and then started adding things together. Started to look at what the mechanics were telling us about what the theme should be, rather than the other way around. Oh, you keep almost having it. I'm looking at like 30 seconds before.
Oh no, he just got it as he said that too.
Yeah.
Oh.
I'm learning.
Yeah, so that's like one of the more like, there's kind of 2 types of levels that we have and lots in between, and one's the more arcadey, like just try to survive type thing, and the other, or try to like just blow things up thing side, and that's more actiony. And then we have the more puzzly things levels, which are more about putting things in the right place and figuring out what the charges are and how they interact. So important to that is like the way that we did the glows, like the glow, like that's also like the fact that things have different colored glows is all information. And we really wanted to like make sure that it's that idea of everything on screen should be saying something, hopefully.
It's an interesting way to, because you keep a very minimalistic UI that way. Like the player doesn't have to look around the screen very much to know what's going on. You have all of your visual cues all right there in front of you. So it's kind of interesting to see that.
And like getting, for instance, the goal UI right goes to figure that out. Like we tried putting in the top right corner as like all these things, and then as like little like icons and all that sort of stuff. And then we found that firstly it was obscuring people's view, and secondly like it keeps pushing you to the top right or to a specific location. So we kind of knew it had to be in the middle, but then it's in the middle of everything. So it was then about finding a way of like making it in the background but still
I
visible.
hope that our college will.
Sorry, we have one question in chat from Yin, who came in a little bit late, but she's wondering what exactly do you do in this game?
So in this game, you're controlling that particle, and mainly you're just moving that particle around and dealing with the fact that everything else is pulling and pushing at you, and then pushing other particles into the right place to explode or to not explode in the case of this level. Yeah. So this level's fun. It's an escort mission. And like all escort missions, the thing you're escorting really wants to die.
Of course.
It's
Natalia in the control. No, I'm so close. Stupid Natalia.
No,
that's its new
it's
name.
like, huh?
The thing that I'm protecting is now officially named Natalia.
After GoldenEye.
Natalia.
Because you always
No,
had to protect her.
Natalia.
Because she was an idiot. I need to just not move as much. Oh god. Oh no, stay away. No! Ah! How come I did so well the first time?
It's interesting. So one of the things I wanted to ask about is that, how should I say this? Throughout history, it's interesting to try and make science entertaining, and a lot of things will do it like Ghostbusters. They add in the element of, they're fighting ghosts, so science is fun. Or Donatello from Ninja Turtles was the same thing, that he made science fun because, he's a ninja and he's beating stuff up. Or the Big Bang Theory really plays off the eccentricity of how fun science can be and that kind of stuff. So what made you guys want to do a game that's like the arcade on one hand, but it's actually got quite a bit of science to it as well?
It's weird because we started on this with the science, and the game exists because the science happened to be good gameplay. So when I said that the first version of this was in 2010, like I left that for over a year after that and didn't come back to it, not expecting to come back to it. And at some point it became clear, and even then I revisited it for a bit and then left it again for another 6 months. And at some point it became clear that there was something interesting about the gameplay itself that was fun and worth pursuing, rather than going, let's make a game about science and figure out how it's going to go, and make that a big thing. It was more like, this happens to be a thing based on science that is fun, therefore we should pursue it.
Interesting.
Yeah, because I do think a lot of people start with let's try to make science fun, and you often that's often a trap, right? You then don't necessarily find the thing that's fun because you're too convinced that it exists, and you're too wrapped up in trying to make sure it works, and then it doesn't, and you're then trapped, right? Trying to make something that's not actually fun. Yeah, something that I'm starting to realize about development, actually. The best ideas are the ones that you leave and then a few years later you need to come back to them, because then those are the ones that really speak.
Did we just lose him? Are we losing him?
Hello?
There we are.
There you are.
Clearly the pipes all the way from Australia aren't working quite as well.
Darn tubes!
Yeah.
Somebody needs to clean those
Need
tubes
to
out.
check the string on our can 1 second.
I actually stayed at home this morning because the internet at the office tends to be a bit glitchy when it comes to Skype. So hopefully this won't be too bad.
So who did the art for the cinematics, or however you want to put that?
Yeah, so as I mentioned, the cinematics has 2 artists. One was the artist is a girl called Amelia Myers. She did all of our art. She did an amazing job at all that comic style and that sort of thing. We actually had someone else doing the. She wasn't able to continue with us, and we had to kind of start again because we couldn't match the style consistently. He did an amazing job at really bringing this all to life and finding like Allison and all our different characters and giving them their own personalities. Yeah, it was refreshingly easy to like get all that stuff right.
Interesting.
So with the storyline, it's done in a way that I've never seen before, where you're giving us quotes from people talking, and that's just what made you decide to do it that way?
So from very early on, so our previous game we made was a game called Flatland, and what we did there was we had voice going over the actual game, and the biggest lesson that we learned from that was actually that it's very hard to concentrate on both, and people will just lose the voice and lose what's actually happening in terms of the story because they're busy playing the game. So the first thing we decided was, when we're doing our delivery, it has to be separate to the game itself. And so the idea of, but at the same time, we want to make sure it's minimal. Like there are people that are just not going to be interested in the story, so we needed to make sure that they were going to be able to play and not have their experience disrupted. So the important thing then was to make it so that we'd have something short at the beginning of each level. And so that was kind of the basis from where we came. We tried lots of different versions of this. The other thing we were always really interested in was actually making the game kind of a character study, just because we don't see many of those. So the idea of like just really deeply examining one character was something that was always interesting to us. And from there, over a few iterations, we kind of ended at this idea of like Saul, who did all the writing, he at one point just wrote the first chapter as here's a bunch of different things, like here's a bunch of different quotes from Allison's life said by Allison, and that was really effective. Like, yeah, it just worked really well. And from there, we always knew we wanted some cutscenes as well to kind of show what's happening now, and together they just worked really well.
Oh, I have 60 seconds to do this.
Yep.
So you pile of stuff. Come on, go this way. Oh, this is let's just get these guys going crazy.
Can you imagine if we could take something like this and have a baby with like a game like Graphics?
So you'd have like a racing racing game. You guys are stuck all together. Oh, jeez. Come on. Only have like 3.
It'd just be like the like almost quap-ish, right?
Shoot, I forgot where.
Oh yeah, that would be so quappish.
Remember, you have to use only each movement of your particle is a different letter on the keyboard.
Yeah.
Oh
Whoa,
man.
I shot that the wrong way. Okay, you guys just gotta go crazy. Come on, let's go
Go
crazy.
nuts.
Let's go crazy.
Crazy Go Nuts University.
Yes. Whoa. And I get attracted to a lot of this as well, so that I gotta be careful. Yeah! That's the way to do it. Controlled chaos is the way it goes.
Yeah, just throw things at the other things. Things will explode, it'll be fine.
That was your working title? Things thrown at things exploding.
Yeah.
Box quotes.
Particulars was actually a very early title, and I kept looking for new ones because I'm like, there must be something better, right? Surely. And then it turned out there wasn't.
Actually, I like the title Particulars. I had no idea. I saw it in the email. I was like, yeah, here's a key for Particulars. I was like, I have no idea what that game's about based off the title.
Yeah, and I think that was kind of why we kept going, maybe we should have a better title. And it works really well for what the game is, but doesn't necessarily tell people what it is before they play it.
No, that is very true. But I mean, I think it works quite well.
I got lucky on that one. So what was
it's like it really stump people sometimes.
So what was the hardest thing to get going in this game when it came to developing or storyline or coding or the physics?
Ooh. So the physics was actually fairly easy, because like we'd done like, even before we started this version, I'd done like a week-long bit of work just getting the movement feeling right and all that sort of stuff. So that was just throwing that in. Level design was weird, just because it's very much based on time as much as it is on where things are, as well as like figuring out if I put particles here, here, and here, where will they go based on their charge. So it was definitely a learning curve there. And yeah, like especially like we got a couple other people to help out with level design here and there, and getting them to like get up to speed on how to make a level. It just takes a lot longer than you'd expect because there's a lot going on. So that was not so much difficult, it just took longish. Definitely figuring out art, like neither myself nor my co-founder, and the creative director, neither of us are artists. And so just getting all that right really took a while for us to learn all the different bits around that, because we need to know how to like manage other people then who are then doing the art, and having never done it ourselves, it makes it difficult. So a bit of everything.
Yeah, definitely.
I think the fact that it was our first game of this scale really played into a lot of this.
I was gonna ask, what was the most difficult feature that you guys wanted to put in the game but had to take out, if you had to do that at all?
I was there's definitely a couple of things I kind of decided never to do, which were essentially having some sort of level editor in game, or like some sort of sandbox mode. It's still something that I might look at doing after launch, but it's just had time to do so far. And yeah, at some level I kind of wish I had, because the game took a lot longer for us to make than we thought it would. And so if I'd known we were going to spend this long on it, I probably would have spent the time and done that earlier. I think we would have got a lot out of that. Because that would have meant we would have had an in-game editor, and that's always quite useful.
Yeah.
The other feature that we actually ended up putting in, so this is one that we thought would be too hard and ended up doing anyway, which actually delayed the project quite a bit. So you're playing with one of the 4 fundamental forces right now, the electromagnetic force. There's 3 other forces. We were always going to do 2, and we weren't going to do the other 2. I just decided they were going to be too hard and it was going to make the project too big. And at some point it became really clear that the game didn't feel finished without them. And without that extra length, the story didn't feel finished. So it became very clear that we just needed to double the length of the game. And we did that early this year, which had quite a few consequences to our budget and timeline, obviously. But yeah.
But definitely was worth it in the end.
Yeah, totally. The game, at the end it feels done, right? And we had essentially the first half finished, and when you got to the end at the time, it just didn't feel like the game was finished, which is always not a great place to be.
I find it eternally interesting to see. It's a difficult thing to make a game, obviously, but when you're sitting at that whiteboard going, okay, we need to, this game needs to be double the length, where do we go from here? Or, I really want to have this one thing in it, but I don't think we're going to have the time, so maybe we should just chop it for now. It's got to be so difficult to sit at that whiteboard and pick and choose.
It is, and I think what we often did was just kind of, if we weren't sure about something, we'd make it quickly and then go, okay, is this something that's worth pursuing? And you kind of make the decision based on an early prototype or something like that. And I think the reason why we ended up doubling the game was actually that we didn't do that for that feature, for having the extra forces in. And that meant that when I finally did prototype it, it worked out really well. It was actually really good. And if I'd done that earlier, it would have been very obvious that was the thing we should have done.
20 seconds, cosmic motion. Start motion, lots of motion. What? I'm confused about this one.
Oh, hello.
Oh, I totally did that wrong. Or did I? I don't even know if... Okay, they'll start in motion, lots of motion. So, oops, so I can't touch those. I have to get them close to me. Get them close to me without them touching me. So that they can come and do lots of all the work themselves. Whoa, whoa, come on up. Higher. Come on, this way, this way, this way, this way, this way! Yay!
Cool. That's so neat. Ah, I love. So, one thing I want to say, like, you've obviously the game is based on science. So, did you look at things that were happening naturally on like this level with charges and gravitational forces and magnetic forces and that, and just kind of thinking every level, like, what would be cool to do with that? Like that one right there, using your own charge to line it up in the crosshair so that the positively charged particles will hit the negatively charged ones. Like, how did you guys come up with a lot of the level mechanics that way?
It seriously was a lot of me just drawing really simple sketches in my notebook about interesting shapes that could be made. So for every level, there's so for every chapter, what I would generally do is, and this is when the chapters were longer, I'd make about 40 to 50 sketches of ideas. I'd then try them all, and about half of them would just be no good.
Wow.
Like the particles wouldn't do what I thought they would do, or that sort of thing. And because a lot of them, they might require balance, they're going to be in a simulation, etc., etc. So things just don't stay still when you hope that they will. Something I learned fairly quickly is if you hope that like something that's technically neutral is going to stay still, it's not going to, because it's made of things that aren't. So overall, everything's going to move. And so yeah, out of those, then 25, then you keep working on it, and even then, a bunch of those would get discarded, and yeah, you just keep going down until you hit the ones that work.
You are fast. Come on. Oh, you.
This is a funny level.
It is. It's a bit. Whoa! There we go.
It's a weird one because you can't die, but you can just continually not succeed.
Yeah. Stay right here. Nope.
Yeah, there were definitely times where we were thinking, "Oh, is this a good idea?" Because it is like.
Back here. Get back here. Get back here.
Oh.
Yay!
Hey, you got it.
Yeah. It does have the potential to be like one of the more frustrating levels.
It is not uncommon for the sufferer to withdraw
But generally,
themselves for significant periods.
So we are usually good at finding bugs and tiny, not really important glitches. But what's been the most funny glitch that you've encountered?
So recently, at PAX we found had things where like one of the bits of dialogue would just stay up throughout the whole rest of the game. That was pretty ridiculous. The whole rest of the time, they're like, and then there's this little quote from someone. That's great. Probably my favorite was one where essentially I got particles to spawn infinitely, and so the whole thing would just grind to a halt, but every so often you get a frame and you just have all these particles that are all repelling each other, clinging to the edges of the screen, trying to get away from each other. And it was just kind of ridiculous. I've got a screenshot somewhere of that. It's pretty awesome.
Did you get to have a lot of fun with like? Did you ever try maxing out the particles and seeing what exactly would happen if you just like threw a bunch of things in?
Oh yeah, so there's even like there are levels later on where players get to make their own particles, which is not always like. There were times where I'm like, this is probably a bad idea because like you're giving players too much power to like essentially ruin their own computers. And yeah, we've definitely had times where people just make a bajillion particles and just keep going and going and going, and it's kind of fun. But at some point, yeah, you have to like just stop that somehow.
Hey, here we go. Suppress the crowds. I don't want to get hurt by these guys. Don't attach me.
You've annihilated.
I don't want you to be attracted to me. But it's the law.
The law always wins.
This is actually a physics western.
Yes.
Well, that's why I was pressing the wrong button.
What are the...
Accidentally was
Yeah,
pressing X instead of A.
Ah, right. Yeah, two particles standing off on opposite sides of the screen, ready to shoot other particles at each other.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's actually like, we once did try multiplayer mode and it works pretty well. Like, you just make one player the particles and one player the anti-particles, and just start spawning particles on them, for them on each side, and it's just annihilate the guy.
It's the new Duck Hunt.
Yeah.
Come on, you're almost there. Keep going. Keep going. You're my
So,
boy, Blue.
You said you guys are about a week out from launch now.
Yeah, we did.
Plans once you've launched? Are you gonna go right back to it? Start up on something new? Are you gonna take the next 6 years off because you're done with video games and everything they stand for?
Mum.
So,
So-
do you hate your life yet?
I'm definitely looking to take a break. It's been a long 2 years. But after that, like, I very much left it open because it's been such a long project. I don't want to commit to another thing while that's still going. Having said that, hello?
Yep, no, we're right here.
listening.
I have probably ill-advisedly started working on a board game in that same time. I'm personally looking to Kickstarter next year, but like, other than that, I'm really looking to keep it open until I can have a few months separate from this, just to like figure out what's worked, what hasn't, what's important for the next project, etc., etc.
Will it be a PC board game or like a physical board game?
Oh, physical board. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
That
you
was
know,
my-
we do live physical games on
We
Average
just
Giants as
did
well.
Shadow Era.
We just did
Yeah,
trading card game live.
Oh, cool.
Ooh,
Yeah.
I forgot what it was.
So yeah, like that game is kind of exciting at the moment, but yeah, there's still a lot of work to be done.
Mm-hmm.
Where'd you go last night?
No, that'll be cool though. You have to keep us in touch. Keep in touch with
It-
us.
Keep touching us in. Wait a minute.
Wait.
Wait a minute. This is PG. Okay. So that last game that what do you call sequence? Is that what that is? For each time you have to do something new. What would you call those? Either way, the last one was awesome.
Yeah, the level. Yeah. We've had that one for a little bit. It's like, that's definitely the end of a chapter. Like, I don't know which chapter, but it's the end of a chapter. And I keep wanting to put that, I keep putting that in trailers because it looks really cool.
Welcome to the subatomic world, pal.
Losing a twin is.
It was also very much just how many particles can I get on screen without it being ridiculous.
an essential part of the physics.
Ooh, this is a large level.
Mm.
The
Oh.
only twin support forum
Oh,
from
neat.
2006.
The search, then the destruction. Collect 5 data. So I have to find. Oh, they at least they
neat.
give you an idea of where you are. Okay.
Woo! It's like the new Isaac when you get into your first room that's bigger than a screen.
The
and you're
quad
just like,
rooms.
what?
Yeah.
Schwow. Oh, that was close. Okay, where are we?
I asked in chat if anybody had any questions, and the one we got back is, what are the particulars of particulars?
Oh god. Yeah, I've never heard that pun before. No, there's a thing that happens where at some point you just start knowing the other words for particular, so you don't say it in conversation because you don't want to keep making unintentional puns. At some point you just get over it and you just lean into it. It's fine.
Your sister was the one who was first into science.
Hold on.
Gabby, 2008.
How long did it take you to develop the storyline for this game?
So that took the entire, pretty much like 1.5 years ish to really get from where we were to where we are. We had a lot of the basic ideas in place, like a lot of the stuff about exactly where Allison is and why she's there and where she's going to go really only kind of solidified mid this year. And which was good because we needed to get voice actors in, and so we finally did that. And yeah, it was really a matter of then actually figuring out how we were going to deliver it so that each chapter had something new to say. Because when you're doing something that's really about a person's life, it can be very easy to like lose. It can be very easy to important like in 3 chapters, and then it's kind of boring after that. So it was about trying to make sure that there would be something new in each chapter about where she is and why she's there.
Interesting.
Oh,
crazy. We had another question asking if do all the levels run the same every time, or are they procedurally generated?
They run the same time each time. This procedural generation is awesome, and I'd love to do it. I also knew that this game was complicated enough already without me dealing with that.
And I know procedurally generated is like the name of the game lately, but that doesn't mean that it's the name of every game either.
No.
It makes for an interesting thing that you could actually potentially do like speed runs on this game if you really wanted to. You could go for like death counts and fuck.
Yeah. And there's a couple of levels which have random placement, but they're generally because I want it to be like, I don't want it to be as predictable, and because it doesn't really matter often. They're very few and far between. So there was a run level in the last chapter where the anti-particles spawn underneath you, and where the particles spawn in that one is completely random, but that's because they're not actually the focus of that level.
This is a really different level.
Yeah. So this is us trying to, like, we're starting to introduce new concepts. So this is walls. Yeah.
And apparently I'm not very good at it either. I got 1.
Yeah, so the second one's definitely harder. You really need to detach from the other things, and then, like, you can push it through.
You can actually push them through?
I know. So you have to detach the up quark from everything else, and then you can get it through.
Oh, and
there you go. Oh.
Come on. No! No! Get it! Get out! There we go.
Got it.
Take that,
when we first
black
met,
thing.
You said
that's scientific.
that you had
That's a
no
scientific term.
now
Black thing.
Nice. Yeah. Giant makes science fun.
My circle things, the black and white circle things with the plus sign went boom, and then you got a square thing that shows up, and I'm like, wow, it's like shh. Then I
Bill
win.
Nye, the giant guy.
So many explosions.
Okay, this is a very off-topic conversation, but Bill Nye or Beekman?
I have love for both.
Whoops, I wasn't paying attention.
You've been annihilated. For
I
going off topic.
I don't even know what I've been annihilated
get.
from. Okay, so green barriers stop you and only you.
Oh, interesting.
Oh, so I have to just not die. Oh, goodness.
Yeah.
Oh, goodness.
Da-da-da-da.
This is fun.
Oh, my God.
This is cool.
Oh, no, they're continuously coming for me. Don't look at me. Don't look at me. Oh, God, there's 2 there now. Oh, this is going to go really fast. Yay, it won.
no one ever
Not
told
Beaker, Beekman.
grief.
Yeah, I actually don't know who Beekman is.
He was on American it was a kids
American?
science show, and look up Beekman's World. And the thing about him is that he had really big, like spiky, like Eraserhead style black
And a really
hair.
salty guy in a rat suit.
Yeah, like like a sewer rat, like fat guy in a sewer rat costume, and then this like this girl that looked like chibi-esque almost, and it was
So, yeah,
all
so-
about science.
It's really weird when like people like when Americans talk about Bill Nye, because like I can feel that there's so much love for him, but like we didn't get him in Australia, so I don't have that history.
Yeah, that's Canadians get pretty we get pretty lucky with that kind of stuff. That if it's in America, we usually will get it.
Yeah.
Yeah, Bill Nye deserves a lot of love, and it's
Yes.
unfortunate that you guys didn't get him.
Yeah, it is.
Am I going through?
What's this level? What are you doing here?
I am assuming that I have to take my dudes. That's the other scientific term for them. My dudes.
Yep.
Your Thangleys.
My thing bros, and then shoot them into the other thing, and then go through it because it's like
Yeah.
Whoa! that was stupid. Everybody look up Beekman's World and prepare to laugh. He was on with Saturday morning cartoons, I'm pretty sure,
Yeah, he was.
on ABC. That's the American Broadcasting Corporation.
Yeah, we have an ABC
Thanks.
as well. It was weird the first
Except
time
it's
I
the
saw that.
Australian Broadcasting Corporation.
Yeah.
And ours is our government channel, like the government funded channel.
Oh, yeah.
Yours is yours the same or?
CBC.
We don't have government funded, it's all public funded.
It depends how deep you go with it, really.
Ooh. Oh, actually, you know what? I was kind of thinking of the Public Broadcasting Corporation in the United States.
Yeah, I think that's probably the equivalent that you guys have BC. So yeah, it's weird when then you realize that ABC for you guys is a very different channel.
Ooh, so, what made you want to start making video games?
Let's go back.
Back to way back. Actually, yeah, it does go quite a way back. The first game making thing I did was back in primary school. I made a StarCraft campaign, which was the most horrible thing ever. Now that looking at it,
Oh man, that's awesome.
but yeah, I did all the voices myself, and I used Windows Sound Recorder, and I think I had two different settings for distorting the voices. So one was Zerg and one was Protoss. And I really hope that all those CDs have been burned. But yeah, that was my first thing. And throughout high school and uni, I tried to do, like, I would start other video game projects with like other people, with friends and stuff like that, and never finished any of them. Did the let's make the game with everything in it, quite a few times, and it was really only after uni finished that I actually realized that was because it was something I wanted to do rather than just a hobby. And so at that stage, I just started making small things. I did some Love and Dares, made a few small games here and there, and then at some point started making a bigger version of Particulars. And yeah, and even that was a bit of a saga. I met up with some other devs that who were looking to make some games to apply for government funding. They also really liked what we were doing, so we decided to apply together. Took a year for the funding to come through, and at the end of that, we actually there were only two of us left, which is myself and Saul, my co-founder, and so yeah, we started based on that.
I don't know what I'm doing. Oh, stay away from it. Yes, keep doing that. Keep doing that. Oh.
Electrons are crazy.
These are insane. I was like, oh, the other guys are just like, oh, just kind of floating around, and all of a sudden these guys go, holy crap!
That was hilarious.
Whoa, dang it!
They it's great because like, yeah, it really kind of doesn't make sense because all the like tiniest particles have the most charged, and so they just like go insane. Like they just run away from you everywhere, and they actually control you more than you control them, even though they're these tiny little things.
so I need him to stay away. No, no, you. Whoa! Whoa! No, no, oh! No, I let go of it!
Okay, this is
So you
pretty
need to
awesome.
grab the two particles. If you can grab them, then you're fine.
Oh! I didn't know that I could touch those. Stay away from me, stay away from me! I got my bros. That's right, you want to, but you can't.
Yep.
That's what I thought.
Don't go towards it!
I was taunting it, I'm sorry! Sorry, but this is
man.
awesome. I want them to dance like they were. Okay, we're gonna make them dance. Oh, it's not dancing!
So, Saul actually did point out at one point that in levels like this, it looks the best when you're about to lose.
Yeah, because they're just spinning.
Yeah.
You want some of that? You want some of that? Some of that? A little of that.
Ooh,
Whoa!
oh,
Dang it.
oh. I am enjoying watching
you
this.
told me what to do, but I just want to see what I can do to,
Yeah.
to the contrary.
It's like in the chapter 1 level, like, I haven't seen anyone quite
Whoa.
do it. I've seen someone come very close to, like, doing it without touching the particle you're trying to protect. Like, the one which is, the one that was, like, the escort mission. The first one like this. And it's amazing when someone, like, almost gets that, because that shouldn't be possible.
It's fun when you get to see people like break your game without trying.
Yeah, totally. The other thing that's really interesting is I found that you've got the, like, your two different types of level. And specifically I found that people that are good at one are bad at the other, and vice versa. Like, so I'll have people that are really struggling
keep going, keep going, keep going, keep
Sorry.
going. Oh,
Sorry.
so
Did he-
close.
What were you saying, Paul?
Sorry about that.
Like, you'll find people that are really bad at, like, the first few levels, and then they'll hit a level that everyone else finds really hard, and they'll suddenly just be fine. They'll just win it,
Doesn't
like,
that-
the first through.
Doesn't that always happen? Like, there's always the person that, you know, almost gets the fluke going.
Yeah.
Yes, yes, Vanish, we know. He beat Vanish on the first try, which is a procedurally generated horror game.
Dad.
Ah.
So I was the first person to play it.
He was the first person to play that that release candidate and the first person to win it.
Not that anybody was counting.
No. Eye of the Star and pacifism is in it. Ensure less than 7 annihilations. What am I looking at? No! Stop it! Stop it! Stop! Stop! I lost. Oh no, I won!
Work, otherwise I am leaving.
I didn't even know what I was doing there and I won. Yay!
Abby, 2009.
Yeah. I think something went a bit bugged there. I'm gonna write that down. That was weird.
I wasn't sure what I was doing.
It was good. We went through all
Average
the packs
odds.
weekend, and I think we had one crash the entire weekend, which
Oh,
was
wow.
amazing.
Yeah.
And, like, I only found like 2 bugs, and
Wow.
yeah.
Well, you've
Very
done
surprised.
extremely well with us because, like I said, we are notorious for finding not just bugs, but usually game-breaking bugs or.
Yeah.
My favorite was still when we were playing a puzzle game a few months ago, and the dev twice during the interview said, "Boy, I didn't know you could even beat the level that way."
It's brilliant.
Yeah, it's fun when you get to see ways that people get around certain things like that. Oh no.
It's so much fun. That stuff.
Does this remind you a little bit, Giant? Do you remember when the United States were like, "We're gonna make hockey popular by putting graphics on the puck"? Do you remember that?
Yeah, the blue streak. That was all the news in Canada because they're like, you can't see the puck, but you can see a golf ball. A white golf ball in the blue sky with clouds.
But this level is reminding me a little bit about that.
I'm so close. Come on. Oh, I killed one of those thingies.
So you've got about 3 minutes left. What are your thoughts about the game, Joe?
3 minutes left?
Mhm.
Wow. I am immersed completely. even without the we've kind of skimmed through the storyline because we want to make sure that
Yeah, if you want to see the story, you can pick it up for yourself.
yeah. So that's a big thing. Like the story, the fact that I'm totally into this game and I'm just kind of skimming through the story is great. The controls, they take a bit to figure out to do it actually properly, and even when you start to feel like you're getting good at it, you're not. You might have some luck with some things. Come on, I can't get this guy. All right, I'll do this. I have to bend it like Beckham.
Wow.
This is swing around.
You need to be a quark bender.
Nope.
Channel your inner quark.
Before the end, did we ask about the soundtrack, the score to this at all?
Yeah. What do you want to know something specific or just in general?
Who did it? Did you ask them to make something and they made
Also,
it?
if it's available.
It will be available on launch. Definitely, because it's amazing. So yeah. Yeah, so it's a guy called Angus O'Sullivan who he runs a studio called Studio Ripple here in Sydney. Well, co-runs with a bunch of other people. Yeah, and they've done a couple of video game things, but mostly they've been doing film, TV, that sort of stuff.
Cool.
And yeah, he just kind of nailed it. We had a lot of, I think I mentioned before, we talked to him a lot. One of the things I really liked about working with him was he would just keep asking questions about the game and about what we were trying to do until he got everything he needed. And sometimes that forced us to really, so we hadn't actually figured it out ourselves, which was really cool.
All right. So, on that note, I guess it's been an hour, which is crazy.
Yeah, that went quick.
Any game that sucks me in for that long without me even really realizing it is a good game in my eyes, and I just want to play it more.
And again, guys, I linked it in chat. I'll also put it in the video, in the YouTube description if you want to pick the game up for yourself. It's on Steam. It's going to be launching in a week, and like you said, you can pre-order it now, and then you can buy it when it launches. Am I right in saying that, Paul?
Yep, all that is correct. So we're on Steam and Humble Store.
Perfect. Well, thank you so much for joining us this week.
Yeah. Thanks a lot.
And
It's
if
been
you
great.
have any updates or any new projects you want to share with us, just get a hold of us. We're always looking for developers to come back and give us sneak peeks.
Yeah, totally. Cool. Will do.
And we'll take a very quick break, and we will be back with Phantasmal, the procedurally generated, scare the crap out of you, roguelike, first person, hide 'em, use a mop to kill things.
That's a very specific genre.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All those together. All right, we will see you very shortly.
Ooh!
Oh no, we see this. Oh no.
Ah! My desktop of horrors!
Your desktop. Oh no, what do we do?
Why do you have it on? What do you have going on here?
Nothing.
Turn the IGM back on. Okay, now let's go through. You probably have monitor capture on, don't you?
Window capture. Technical difficulties.
Game window capture 2.
We had 2 window captures on.
Keep going.
No.
Okay. He also have 2 cameras on. Okay, now try.
Oh god. Is it gonna be spoopy? Spoopy!
Okay, yay! I get to fix it!
Well, the good news is that we have a 3-second lag right now. So there's that. So while we wait for the 2 spoopy for us, that's like a dirty closet. You need to do something about that. You fail. Not college material.
What? Because of my desktop?
Yes.
I don't care about my desktop. I never use it.
I just like saying that.
You fail.
You forgot a comma? Not college material.
Dun, 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 dun.
Woo! Alright. So now we're actually back, not kind of back. But now we're gone again.
Now everybody's gonna make fun of me. Oh my god.
It's okay. So we're gonna get Joe on in the call. Joe Chang is one of the developers.
Phantasmal.
For Phantasmal.
And I don't have to say
Hello?
crap.
Hello!
Hello!
Hey,
How
Joe.
are you?
Good, how are you doing?
Hello?
Hello, do you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you. How you doing?
Good.
Is it the fellas?
Yes, yeah, we're both here. Can you hear us both okay?
Yeah, I can hear you loud and clear. Have you got a link to you? I forgot to ask about it. Do you have the link to your thing?
Oh, yes, of
Your-
course.
Oh, cool. Okay. I'll find out how to. Okay. Oh, cool. Okay, just so I can see while I'm talking. How's it going, fellas?
Very good.
Yeah, it's been a little while.
Nice.
So first
See-
off, congratulations for having a successful Kickstarter.
Yay!
Yahoo! Thanks, guys.
And you're
we
welcome.
just managed to scratch in at the end, but yeah, we made it.
Yeah, no, that's
Yeah.
great.
And you're welcome because I provided a whopping 0.5%.
Awesome, dude. Hey, every bit counts. Every bit counts, so
Yep.
that's much appreciated. Don't discount that because like I said, your thing could have been the last bit, man.
I think it was in the
Oh.
middle.
Still,
Yeah.
no, that's good. That's nice.
But yeah,
We did it
the
every
first
month,
time
so-
that I saw this, I ran up to you and just started like kissing your feet and asking you to be on the show, and then right after I played it, or after he played it, and then I played it some more, I threw money at you because I wanted it to succeed.
And
Thanks,
happy
man.
to say that it's definitely being made. So, how busy have
Yeah.
you been the last few weeks?
Oh, ridiculous to insane, basically. I feel like dying. I feel like I've died, actually. Yeah, the last few weeks, actually since we last spoke, I haven't really been doing any development, so it's been pure marketing. So, when was the last time we spoke? Was that during the Kickstarter? It must have been, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay, so yeah, since then, I think we've had at least 3 different expos. So it's just been, just demonstrations and going up to thousands of people are going, hi, are you on Steam? Can you please vote for us? So that phrase is basically, I just hear it so many times, it's kind of like walk up to someone, hi, are you on Steam? Can you please vote for us? Oh, Australia was really good. So I just got back last week, so we had Unite, which is a Unity conference, and then what was the other one? GCAPS, the Game Developers Conference for Asia and stuff, and then that was culminated in in PAX Australia. So
Oh yeah. Right.
yeah, that basically was destroyed after that.
Yeah, I bet.
So for the people that have not seen this game, can you give us a quick synopsis on what
Yeah.
this is all about?
Oh right, we have a show, don't we?
Oh, sheesh, I forgot about that. True. Good idea. Okay, so the game is Phantasmal. Basically, it's a roguelike survival horror. So what that means is every time you play through, the levels are completely different. So one thing personally that I really loved, that I really currently love about horror games is that when you first play through, you don't know what to expect, so it's really, really scary. So one of the things that we thought would be a natural fit would be randomized or procedural levels. So that's kind of the gist behind what we're making here. One of the other things that we're huge fans of is basically that Lovecraftian theme. There's a lot of stuff that I really, really enjoy. I mean, one huge bit of inspiration for me personally was a board game from Fantasy Flight Games called Mansions of Madness, and it's all about it's not so random, but you've got like lots of different scenarios and stuff. So I guess the principle is the same as you've got a whole bunch of tiles and you randomly lay them out before the game, so you don't know what to expect. So that's kind of especially if you haven't played that scenario before, and there are some random elements to it. So yeah, basically in a nutshell, roguelike survival horror.
And whatever I said beforehand, before we finished
Oh,
up the
okay.
last one.
Yeah, plus that stuff.
It was, yeah. What did I say?
I can't. All I remember is that this game broke me. So we wanted to have you back on. And I was like, Giant's playing this one.
Yes.
Awesome.
And I've played it a bunch of times, and but it's still super fun for me, and probably gonna provide me some
Awesome.
some extra stuff just as I haven't played it in a while.
Yeah. Also, I want to give
okay.
a little shout out too, because when we were on, you said you were talking to PewDiePie to see if he'd actually do a video of your game, and then like 2 days later, I saw he did do it. So that was amazing.
Crazy, yeah. That was awesome. He's such an awesome dude actually for pretty much picking up a game off of nobody. So
Yeah.
So yeah, a big +1 thank you to PewDiePie. Just a wicked dude, really.
Yeah, he loves himself a good horror game, and he sucked at this.
I know.
He was so funny though. I mean,
I know
I was just pissing myself laughing just watching him. I mean, I know he's he obviously he hams it up a little bit, but it's still funny, man. Like, he comes across. He'll just come across something that kind of scared him, and he'd just be like screeching like a banshee. And I don't know, is there some comic value just watching someone do that? So
Yeah, I was definitely.
yeah, it was
laughing
actually
my butt
really
off.
funny in itself. Yeah. So yeah, no, I really appreciated that he actually picked it up. I mean, he must get pinged like 1,000 times a day from just some schlub developers like me. So please play the game. So he
Yeah,
actually
no,
did it,
I'm
which
sure.
is hats off to him. Yeah.
So, Kickstarter's done. Have you guys started going right to work, or are you more in the planning and development phase right now? Or what's going on since you had got your funding?
Yeah, so basically all of the above. So since we got funded, it's basically been a little bit of marketing, so carrying on with PAX and all those other bits and pieces. But pretty much, I had a couple of days off last week, but we've pretty much gotten straight back into it. So the good thing is you may or may not have seen, there's been a couple of extra additions to the team. There's Jeff, who I worked with about 6-7 years ago over at Microsoft, and top developer. He's actually on his main, I guess, position as a part-time job is he's a .NET architect with one of the banks over here. But he is just an amazing developer. So we sat down yesterday, and actually he came over to PAX to help me to co-present the game as well. So we've been doing a bit of planning, just in terms of what's now basically version 3 onwards. So we're looking at at the moment aiming towards March next year to have it all wrapped up. So we've been doing a bit of planning. I've been looking at the next iteration of the procedural generation side of things. So we were using an asset for this, which we customize heavily, but the third party has actually provided a second version, which is incredible. Actually, I've just been working with a lot today, and it's very much like the old one, but it's a hell of a lot better. So I'm going to look at migrating all of our old changes through to this, but I think that's going to be time well spent, because the old level I thought was okay. It was pretty good. I still enjoy playing it myself, but the new one that we're going to put together is just gonna blow you away, man.
Yeah. So what you're saying is that by next March you should be a regular on our show.
Yes, I would love to. If you guys would have me, I'd be here. I'd be here every day, man.
Yeah. Well,
if you had me on, I'd be here.
We have definitely had a few developers that have been on here 3 or 4 times as the game creates.
Oh, okay.
Then finally launches. It's kind of neat. We've had one of our original guests, Magnetic by Nature, just launched on Steam today. So.
Oh wow! Okay.
It's neat that we've been doing this long enough to start seeing that happen. So.
Yeah.
Definitely, in the future, we'd love to have you back on and just see what's going on, see how it's been developing, etc., etc.
Yeah, no, I'd love to. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, like I said to you guys last time, you guys have started this journey with me, so you're part of it now, man. So any time you want me on, man, it's a privilege for me.
What's attacking me? What's attacking me?
What?
What's attacking me?
You're standing on the bar. Oh no, he's right there on the bar!
Freaking out.
Oh no, there's 2!
I've got a black screen on my browser at the moment. I guess if I refresh it.
Yeah, try refreshing.
Okay, I'll try and refresh it. Yeah, it's looking all black at the moment, so I'm not getting much of an image. I was initializing, I think.
We have had some issues with hitbox as well, so it could be none of our faults. And turning the gamma up is going to help some people. They were saying that it's pretty dark. Because you definitely don't want to have your camera
we don't want motion blur. Should we leave noise effect on or off?
Let's leave it on for a little bit and turn it off later.
Okay. Brightness.
Armless giants.
This is weird. Like I just skipped the ads. Like the ad thing showed up, and I skipped it, and it's just black. So yeah, it might be a hitbox thing. Is it do you reckon if I change browsers, that might help?
You might actually have to endure the commercials to see it happens sometimes.
Oh, okay. So just let it run. Just run its course. Okay.
Hitbox is still in beta, so a lot of times depending on their build, they can be pretty unstable. With the black screen issue is very well known on Hitbox.
Oh. Yeah, I'm seeing on the side here from Squeaky B. It says, "Oh yeah, the ads screw up sometimes."
Yeah.
So I'll let it just run its course, and then hopefully, I'll be able to see what's going on.
Yeah, certainly, Joe. That being said, we will definitely keep in touch, and because I want to see how this game comes along. Because right off the bat, I mean, I may not be playing it again this week, but that doesn't mean that I don't like the game.
Good. No, that's totally fine. Yeah. I mean, we like for the last few months we haven't really made too many updates. So the only real significant one was like a really quick Oculus Rift integration that we put in for PAX specifically. But other than that, the rest is the same. So you'll probably start seeing some stuff in the next month or so once we start really digging into it.
I was going to say as soon as I pick up an Oculus Rift, I would play this, but no. As soon as I pick up an Oculus Rift, I will force Giant to play it with an Oculus Rift.
Oh my god! So one thing I want to mention is this is the most fun double-edged knife in this game. You have a flashlight, but all the monsters attack you if they see light.
Yeah.
Yeah, we wanted that to be a sort of a core mechanic. So
they have a very good sense, a keen sense of hearing too. So if you're too quick, then they will come at you with the force of 1,000 suns.
Yeah, that's right. At the moment, the main creatures, those guys who are creeping around, the creepers, basically, they operate on sound, or if you get too close. that reminds me. That's another thing that we're improving. So Jeff actually, as we speak at the moment, is looking to improve the AI. So the stuff that's there is mostly old stuff that I did before, but Jeff's basically implementing a new set of behavior trees and stuff. So you probably see a lot more comprehensive behavior in there as well.
Oh, cool.
He's also, there's another thing I'm really excited about is we're going to be modeling off taking a page out of Valve's book, Left 4 Dead, which you guys have probably played a few times as well yourselves.
Maybe once or twice.
They've got yeah, you may have heard of the AI director that sort of controls everything.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so even though that's a bit of an older game, definitely we're going to take some cues from that. And because at the moment everything is really, really random, so we definitely want to control the flow of the game a little bit as well and make it not too annoying. To spawn into a room with like a million of these creatures. So the next version will definitely be a much more even experience, even though it'll be random, but it'll feel a little bit less, choppy gameplay wise.
And you said that, I know there's the coins in this game, and
Yeah.
No! Smash!
There's coins,
Yes,
and
coins
there's going to
are
be
scary.
weapon crafting in this game.
Yeah, that's one thing that we'll be looking at as well as some basic crafting. So at the moment you can do things like rip planks of wood off the windows. You can pick up pipes and things like that. We can rip those off the walls and things like that. So we definitely want to go with more of a less traditional combat sort of a model. And in future, one of the things we want to fit in, so we're still due for our big scoping design meeting, but one of the things I'd personally like to see eventually with the game is to have a bit of a MacGyver element in it. Oh, quick segue, do you know at our local Comic-Con, MacGyver actually showed up? Richard Dean Anderson.
Yep.
I didn't actually meet him.
That's
He showed up.
Not really related, but my wife worked with a lady who was a hairdresser, and at our Comic-Con, he came in and got his hair done by her.
Really?
Yeah,
that guy's a legend. I used to love that show.
Oh yeah. He's also the lead in Stargate SG-1.
Yeah, that exactly that as well. But I remember the mullet and stuff back for MacGyver. Sorry, I just totally went down a garden path of that. But I'm hoping to get sort of a MacGyver element into it, where it's less about the direct combat, shooting up a monster or beating them up, and more about stuff like indirect intelligent combat. So what I mean by that, is pushing a bookcase over and then letting that flatten creatures, or distracting them and then kicking them into a fireplace. Stuff like that is what I'm hoping personally to get in there in the end. So that's on my wish list.
This room is extremely big, and I don't like it at all.
That is really intriguing, though. I like the sound of the smarter combat like that, because it will definitely give this game a very unique mechanic besides the procedural generation.
Yeah.
That's cool. That's really neat. I want to see that done.
Yeah, it took a bit of a page out of the Last of Us for that. Even though I haven't really played it myself, but I know there are a few creatures that basically hunt on sound. So yeah, that was one.
What's his aiming? Get away! Get away!
I can't see the picture, which makes this even humorous.
Just
He survived.
And there's a health
For
pack
now.
somewhere where I was, but I don't know where that is.
So we have a question in chat of how did you get the quality changer to work?
Oh, the quality. You mean the one in Unity, the thing that you when you first start?
Yeah.
Oh, that's kind of just preset stuff. So from memory, if you have lower or higher settings, then it may remove shadows and things like that, or it'll take out soft shadows and replace them with hard. So there's a whole bunch of preset stuff that's in there already.
Okay, so are you okay with a very, very slight critique?
Yeah, I'm okay with any kind of. You just be brutal, dude.
I don't want to be brutal. The one thing that's
No, it's okay. He's brutal
It's
to
okay,
us. We
man.
can be
Okay,
brutal to
okay,
him.
okay.
Hey,
The only thing that's always kind of made me go, huh,
Yeah.
is I'm wielding a two-handed weapon and I turn on my flashlight.
Oh,
I've had that question before, which
Yeah.
is fair enough. So we're saying it's a headlamp at the moment.
That's what I was just thinking. I'm like, oh, you could just say it's like a hard hat lamp. or
Yeah,
whatever you
yeah.
call it.
Well, with the Oculus, that was kind of our explanation too.
Oh god! Ah! Spiders!
as well,
Like,
a suggestion from one of our other hosts in chat for you,
Yeah,
Joe. Did you try a hard refresh on the stream with control? Control with F5 can help the stream come
Oh,
back.
okay. Yep.
Apparently.
I'll give that a try right now. If that doesn't work, I'll whip it open in Firefox as well.
Mm.
Yeah, it's all black, unfortunately.
We will have
Oh.
a chat with you.
It's okay. It's okay. Yeah, I've got the ads. I'll wait for the
Oh,
ads
he's,
to finish.
oh, he went through the friggin' wall! You dick!
Oh, this
He's
is
got
so
no clip on,
vindicating to
dude.
watch
Oh,
rather than play.
you.
Yeah,
And the
he's-
spiders are... They don't bug you if you get too... Or if you, as long as you don't get too close to them.
Oh, they're so big and creepy, though.
Yes. And they don't bug you unless you use a flashlight. So,
Yeah,
don't
stop.
use your flashlight. Hey, arr, arr. You did. Oh. Yeah, I got too close to it.
Of course, you went through the wall because it's in your nightmares.
Ugh. That's evil. And hey, there's the other thing with this game. You can totally use the gun that you get at the beginning, but you also can potentially summon that weird baby thing that wants to eat your soul.
Oh man, I was watching PewDiePie, and that's when he died the first time. He just screamed randomly and had no idea what happened, and I was like, oh, he summoned that thing. He kept shooting the gun. I was like, oh, you're getting too loud, and then he's dead.
Actually, that reminds me. That's another thing that it's on our list of to-dos as well, is to fix up the the gameplay feedback. So at the moment, some of the core gameplay features, they're probably not that clear. So we're going to basically improve on that a little bit too. That was actually a critique from David Brevik as well when he popped by our local GDC. He was one of the judges. Oh, did I mention that? For the New Zealand GDC, they had an indie games competition called the Kiwi Game Starter. It had about 20 entries, and so we had David Brevik. Do you know who David Brevik is?
Yes, I do.
Oh, you do? Oh, cool. Did I mention this before? I can't remember if I talked about it.
No, not at all.
But if I haven't, he okay. So for those of you who don't know who he is, he's the guy who founded Blizzard North. But he also invented Diablo and Diablo 2 and Hellgate. So he actually did I tell you this story?
No.
Oh, I
Continue
didn't.
on.
Okay. Well, he was actually a judge for the Kiwi Game Starter. So there were three of us, and just in the morning we just all set up. It was pretty disorganized as most New Zealand stuff is. And then this dude rocked up, and he just he started playing my game, and I was on my my mate's laptop, and it was like basically a complete piece of crap. So it would run at 20 FPS, then all of a sudden drop down to 7. And this guy says, "Oh, hey, you want to play?" And he seemed like a nice dude, and just stopped working. And he goes, "Oh, that's okay. I do demos all the time, and the computer sometimes fails." And then I was, "Oh, okay, that's cool." And I was just talking to another friend who wandered up, and I said, "Oh, the judges are supposed to come in this morning. I'm not sure where they are." And then the guy who was playing the game goes, "Oh, actually, I am one of the judges." I go, "Oh, okay, hi." And then when the keynote meeting started at for the GDC, the host, the chairman of the NZGDA, says, "And I'd like to introduce you to the founder of Blizzard North, creator of Diablo, David Brevik," and it was the guy that was actually playing my game.
Oh my god.
That would be fun.
Oh, I would have fainted.
I know. Well, it's actually lucky that I didn't recognize him, because otherwise it would have been like, "Oh, hi." I think I would have just shot myself because he was playing my game on this, on my really crap laptop, my mate's crap laptop that was basically failing. So
Still, that is
I
a
know.
cool person to meet. That is crazy.
it crazy. It was crazy, yeah. But the cool thing was, he was really good about it. And he was actually being really helpful and said, you should turn off the monitor so it only plays on the big screen TV and stuff like that. So, he's really helpful.
Yeah.
But no, after that, he came back with some feedback and said, oh, hey, look, one of the key things I would do is explain to the players, be very explicit about, why things are happening. Like, for example, having the sleeper wake up and come and attack you, what actually instigates that, those kinds of things. So we'll be improving that a lot.
Oh,
those kinds of things. Yeah.
Honestly, if I had been there and I had known, I would have asked him to like autograph my Hellgate London box.
Oh yeah. that game didn't do very well, but man, I played so many hours of that. I think I got leveled maxed out 3 characters on that game.
As a guilty pleasure, I still do play that game.
Do you?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Wait, can you still buy it?
No, God no.
No!
I picked it up when it came out just because I knew who made it. And I loved it. I always said that the game was a little ahead of its time, and that's why I didn't
think
do well
so.
for it. Yeah.
I think so, yeah. So that was a bit of a shame. But so yeah, in a way, funnily enough, I mean that I think subconsciously I've always wanted to make something like that, and this is kind of in a way, a weird tribute to it, I think. Because that was one of the first procedural sort of FPS games. I don't think I've seen that many, to be honest, outside of the indie scene. So that was one of the, I think one of the first AAA ones that I'd ever seen.
No,
Yeah.
you dick!
Yeah, definitely.
You
Sorry, we had a comment in chat saying one of the people that watches does a radio station show, I think, and he's wants to showcase this game on Sketch and my radio station.
Did you say scat?
Oh,
Sketch.
Oh.
Yeah, no. Just don't.
Whoa, I'm sorry. My apologies.
sorry.
That's all good.
No, sketch, not scat. Sorry, dude. Absolutely, man.
It's attacking me.
Oh,
he's attacking me.
Yeah.
Whoa, Jesus!
Man.
Balls!
I can definitely
Yes,
get in touch
Gash,
with them.
absolutely, bro. Any time, whenever you want, let me know.
Where are you guys from?
I'll do my Twitter thing, actually. What's my Twitter?
Yeah, totally.
I'll just copy my Twitter thing over.
Even if you want to link it in Skype, I can put it in the chat to make it clickable.
Yeah, I've got to sign in with this thing. Oh, no. It just totally kicked me out again.
Why must everything want to eat my face?
It's at Joe_iMoby. I guess you can type it in,
yeah,
eh?
I can.
You can type it in.
Sure, I have it.
Oh.
You can send in my email and stuff as well. But yeah, dude, I'd love to be on there anytime.
One thing that I would, if you could tell people how it works, is the procedural generation of the game itself. Like,
you mean how it actually does it?
What is how is it generated? Like, is it the the rooms, the
Oh yeah, sure. So basically, I can't see what's on screen at the moment, but every time you walk through a portal, at the moment, it generates an entirely new level. So what it does is it does it from a component basis. So it does it more or less goes from the begin and end point and generates a path through there, and then generates a set of nodes that denote the corridors and things like that. So once it's done all of that, then it'll basically build it up and go, okay, here's a space skeleton, if you like, of the level, and then it'll generate all the components, which are walls, ceilings, floors, props, creatures, all the items inside that should be inside the level itself. And then it just creates basically like a skin around that skeleton, and that's basically the level that you see in the game. So every time you play through, you're very unlikely to actually see even a similar room at all. So it's unlike a lot of other ones. There's a couple of other ones I played where it's basically just a bunch of template levels, and it just kind of switches those around. Mm-hmm. And then what happens is you then start seeing the same. It looks like the same corridor you're walking down all the time. So in this, you don't really get that. One of the things that we will also do is, at the moment, there's only a couple of tile sets for the corridors and stuff like that. So once we switch that up, it'll look a lot more varied as well. But yeah, that's basically how it does it. So a skeleton, then a skin, and a really simple way of explaining it.
Yeah, no, that's neat. And one disclaimer I should say is that the first level, when you first come in, like after you die or when you first start the game, that first level is always the same.
Oh yeah, that's a pre-generated one.
Yeah. Just so you get your bearings, but that makes it easy to get started in the game because you can grab your gun, grab your broom, and then head straight for the portal.
Yeah.
Oh jeez!
The other cool thing about the upcoming improvements will be that. So at the moment you've really just got beginning and end, and you've got some corridors and some rooms. So the next build will basically have we'll have some actual template rooms. So it'll be the procedural and the kind of the template stuff built into it. So it'll be a mix of the two. So we'll get some side rooms. So you'll get like a corridor going to a side room with a some special stuff in there, or potentially a boss or some special creature like that in it as well. So the new one will be a lot more complex and a lot less, I guess, random around the, just completely random. So there'll be a little bit more structure for the new one as well. So I'm pretty excited about that.
So am I. I'm really excited to watch Johnny play that.
I keep forgetting that the next portal. Ah!
That took me by surprise.
One of the other things which will help with replayability is, and that we promised in the Kickstarter, was to put in an XP system. So that's something we're going to have to design in the near future as well. So all the gold and stuff that you mentioned, all of that stuff contributes. Every time you pick that stuff up, then the other kind of challenges you complete in the game will contribute towards basically a pool of XP that you can then spend on some stuff every time you come back.
I was going to ask, is that going to be working towards like permanent upgrades, like in Rogue Legacy, or is it going to be
where are you?
Like upgrades for your next game, like paying it forward, or?
At the moment, it'll be upgrades for the next game. So I guess in that way, it's departing a little bit from the traditional roguelike where you lose everything. So just to make it a little bit less annoying, less, I guess, repetitive and possibly frustrating. So there'll be some progress no matter whatever happens when you play.
Yeah, and I did a review on Rogue Legacy 100 years ago. And
okay.
That was one of the things that I said was like, if you're really good at the game, you can obviously beat it on your first try. But if you're not a god at the game, then the more you play it, the more you get used to it, the better your character actually gets, so that it comes to a point where you're gonna have the skill to build up character where you can actually beat the game. So it's kind of a nice
I
way
beg
to
to
do
differ. I think I've only gotten as far as beating the eyeball once.
I think that's about as far as I got before I moved on to actually.
Yeah, so that'll be an important thing as well to kind of, hopefully we'll find that through beta testing where people are getting stuck and we'll look to have different ways of being able to move on.
Yeah,
but
definitely.
If you guys played the most recent Binding of Isaac?
Yes.
Oh man, how many hours do I have?
You have 27 hours in the game.
Who?
Me.
Oh.
Yeah. I like Binding of Isaac.
It's pretty good. So I love Binding of Isaac, and that was one of the inspirations for this one. Mm-hmm. There's definitely the element of replayability, like you can unlock characters and stuff. But that was when I played Rebirth recently. I just bought it recently, and that was probably one of the things. I really love the game, but it can be annoying sometimes when you get the wrong kind of lineups and you just get crap power ups and stuff. Yeah, so I've had that 3 times in a row. I've literally just gone screw you and just like pretty much just slammed my mouse down and like stormed away. So,
what am I getting hit by? Holy crap! Oh, there's 2 behind me.
Turn your light off. Maybe it's a creepy kid thing.
There was two more of the weirdo dudes right behind me as I was killing the one in front of me.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So the thing about this game is that while it does pose a really high difficulty rate, I don't care because I want to play it again.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah,
so
that's very true.
That's a plus.
That's the big thing. Is that there are some games that are frustrating
Yeah.
that make you not want to play again.
Right.
But then there are games like, say, Risk of Rain, where they can be frustratingly difficult, but you're like, no, I need to
Just
do
try
this, I need to win, and that's how I am with this game. And honestly, I actually beat the demo once.
Oh, you did?
Yes, and
Nice.
it was like luck mixed with luck and a little bit of luck.
Oh, definitely not like my Vantage.
Sure.
No, not like
Yeah.
that was friggin'
That was
luck
pure
plus
skill.
10%. Yeah, it's
Nothing but skill.
pure skill.
But that's the cool thing, because probably by that point, yeah, there's a little bit of luck, but you probably mastered the mechanics like sneaking around and kind of killing off creatures when they're alone, that kind of thing. And all of that counts, so there's a bit of a dice roll, but if you do get quite good at the game, then yeah, you can actually make your way through it in one sitting.
And even that way too, because you have that skill element, when you
Yeah.
do die in the game, you don't feel like you've been cheated by like a random number generator. You feel like, oh, if I had done this, I could have beaten that. I know I could
Yeah.
beat that. And then you're like,
Most of
let me do it
Yeah.
again.
yeah, most of the time, definitely. When I played it myself,
Oh.
I mean, sometimes you get like a really horrible lineup, but most of the time it's like, oh damn, I should have done this or whatever. Yeah.
Oh, good, I get a blood spitter.
I was gonna say, what's that ominous red light?
It's the blood spitting
Oh
thing.
yeah.
And it's standing right in the middle of the hallway that I just spawned
Just throw
in
a
my...
flare past it.
No, it's going to attack me if I do that.
You can crouch and sneak and turn your light off and try and sneak past it as long as you don't get too close.
Oh, no, there it is. I had to get close.
Oh, okay.
Well, that's
You
okay,
have
I
to
just
kill
killed it.
Just
Okay.
gave you a little bath. It was like,
By the
Sir,
way,
you have a little something on
the
your cheek.
ragdoll...
here, let me get that.
Yeah, the ragdoll on these, the freaky dudes, oh, it's creepy as all hell.
Yeah, they are really creepy.
I am biting my tongue a lot in this game. Because I have a tendency to swear when I'm frustrated or scared.
Okay.
So it's just a
And
double whammy.
so when you hear me start spouting gibberish, that's because I would have been
Swearing.
cussing up a
Yeah.
Oh, so we're not allowed to cuss, I guess, on the show.
We can. It's not a huge thing, but
Oh, okay.
uh,
I've been really mindful. So
I'm
Yeah,
mindful
no, it's
of my audience.
you
because
should have been
I'm-
around when we interviewed what was his name, Mike from Paranautical Activity.
Oh, yeah.
oh,
Ooh, did he have a
you
trucker
talk to
mouth?
that dude?
What's that?
Did you talk to that dude?
Oh yeah, this
He
is
was-
long before.
Was he
he
the
was-
guy who said he's going to kill Gabe?
Yeah, yeah,
Was it?
yeah, yeah.
This
Oh,
was
that's
way,
perfect.
way before
He's
that
one of our
happened.
original
Oh.
guests.
I think he was one of the very first guests on IGM.
Yeah, once
Presents.
we got sponsored by IGM, he was one of the first guests.
Oh, really?
But whoo, did he have a trucker mouth?
Did he?
My favorite question
That
was,
not surprise me.
we said, so what got you into video games? Why do you want to make video games? And he was quiet for a second. He was like,
Bleep, 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 bleep.
yeah, because I want to make fucking money. That was his answer. That was it.
Hey, he's honest.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no,
that's
he's
exactly what he said. You're
can't
honest.
blame the man for his honesty.
Yeah, absolutely. That's yeah. I mean, why not? Why not? I mean, that's I guess that's the beauty of this industry is you could potentially do really really well and have the next Angry Birds or Candy Crush or whatever. So absolutely.
Yeah, the
I
next
think
Flappy
for
Bird.
me though, I mean, to be really honest, I think I would be happy enough to be able to earn enough to put a roof over my head and just carry on doing it. That's I mean, yeah. I mean, I before all of this, the last couple of years, I was a contractor in IT, and I was doing okay. But the thing is, when you get to 9 o'clock on a Monday and you're on the bus going into work, and you feel like killing yourself, it's just you realise, that doesn't really mean a lot.
That was,
Yeah.
yeah, actually going to school for journalism was kind of that choice for me because I was a retail manager. And
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. And then,
So you had the 9 to 5, and working your butt off, and
oh yeah. That was
Yeah.
just terrible.
really.
Oh yes.
So you had that kind of epiphany, sort of going on the bus one day to work, and like, I actually hate this.
Yeah.
this."
It was actually my wife. We were on our honeymoon and we had a nice dinner and we started talking
Yeah.
about where we should be in the future. And I looked at her and I was like, I hate my job. And so we just started talking about options and ended up in journalism, which led to gaming journalism. So.
Oh, power to you, man. Well done. I really applaud that. I mean, you could be earning a bundle, doing your old stuff, but it's the whole extrinsic versus intrinsic reward, right?
Yeah,
I mean,
exactly.
if you're passionate about it, it's just slowly killing you. And if you really enjoy it, even though you might be a starving artist like I am at the moment, but I'm sure the passion at some point will. I mean, if nothing else, I'll enjoy doing what I'm doing, but hopefully at some point other people will see it and I'll actually be able to make enough to put a roof over my head.
Yeah,
So,
exactly.
right? Yeah, and same for you guys. Yeah, absolutely.
I'm sure it's the same with you too, but like doing the show, posting this up on YouTube, I'm proud of the work I do compared to selling people like stereo systems.
I know what you mean. I mean, it's it's exactly the same point for me too. Is we'd do some BS implementation, like install SAP or something, the next upgrade for some SAP module or something for some company, and then at the end of it you'd be like, well, who actually gives an S?
Yeah.
It's like, so what? I mean, how have I actually contributed anything to society? Or because it would just be ignored. It wouldn't be ignored, but people just carry on, and it was just like, I poured my heart and soul, working my butt off, and it was absolutely useless. So whereas this, I can like and like the YouTube stuff that you guys have done, you can look back on it and go, wow, I'm actually really proud of this. I enjoyed the whole process. There are a few people who really like it.
Yeah, exactly.
You make a difference. Yeah. So no, that's very cool. So I'm proud of you, man.
Yeah, and same to you.
Thank you.
We had a question in chat to refocus.
Yeah, sure. Sorry. Yeah.
The red indicator at the top of the screen.
Yeah.
What is that? Because I think it's actually glitched.
There's two? Oh, you're talking about the damage indicator?
Yeah, it looks like the damage indicator, but it's on...
That's broken. That's broken.
Okay.
So at the moment, after a few hits, basically it just stays on forever.
Yeah.
Still trying. That's on our defect list as well. But yeah, that's a bug.
Yeah, this is still early alpha. We found the build that we played last time. That's what we're playing now. So.
Oh, cool. Okay. Yeah, it's pretty much the same anyway. Yeah.
Yeah, this is early build. So yeah. I expect that. And honestly, that has been our biggest glitch this episode, I think, eh, Giant?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, sure, whatever.
You are just so in this game right now. Bonnie, one of our other hosts, was in chat going, oh my god, I have never seen Giant concentrate this much on anything before.
That could be really good or really bad.
I think this level is broken.
It's possible. 1% of the time, you'll get one with no path to the exit.
Oh no, I found it. I'm good. We're good now.
Good timing.
Everything's good. We're just gonna shoot the crap out of this dude. Ooh, 3 crates in here. What?
I'm gonna put this onto Firefox now.
Let's see if it'll actually work.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, this game is horribly immersive.
I know.
Needs flash, damn. Actually, I'm gonna try IE.
What?
An assault rifle!
An AK? This is bad news.
You win.
Oops.
You need to shoot him before he kills
I can't
you.
move.
Shut up!
What do I shoot?
Oh god, I have to shoot them all!
Oh, wow,
Oh, okay.
how fast does
Run.
that happen?
Oh, it's
Remember,
coming.
super duper loud. So,
Where is he? Where is he?
Fire a burst likely.
Where is he? Where's he coming from?
Sorry, Joe.
Oh, there he is!
Giant's about to die.
Oh no. Yeah, that's a double-edged sword that way
What?
because it's so super loud. So if you
It's
hold
so loud!
Yeah.
Yeah, so you're likely
basically-
to wake up.
That's like if you're at like 5 health, you're just like, I'm done anyways, let's have fun.
Oh yeah, just go Rambo.
That was really
Go
funny.
Tony Montana.
Yeah, he's the one. That's the one. Say hello to my little friend.
Get
Wanna
the
play
rifle,
rough?
die
Okay,
right
I'm
away.
reloading. Oh man.
Oh, that
There's your
doesn't seem to
box
work
quote.
on IE either. I think it's a hitbox. Must be a hitbox issue.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
I'll chat with the support staff again. But
It's okay. It's all good.
Instant rifle death.
that was pretty cool, though.
I've never found an AK before. I found the samurai sword.
That was a pretty BA gun. Oh, I remember the samurai sword. I had that the last time you were on.
Nice.
I'll tell you a funny story. When I actually managed to beat the game, like you get to that third level with the fans and the stairs.
Oh, you got there.
I opened up a chest and I got the samurai sword.
Yep.
But there were no monsters.
Oh, really?
The third level has no monsters.
Yeah, that was a secret. No, just joking. No, not at all. No, we didn't get around to populating all the stuff, so we didn't tell anyone. So just hoping they'd creep through, sweating.
Oh man, I was like, oh my god, I got the samurai sword, and now I'm just gonna be like bombarded because they could be behind the stairs or behind those fans or.
Nope.
So was it tense all the way until you got
or
to
like
the end?
they'd be like lying on those cots.
So, Sketch had a question in chat.
Yeah, sure.
What was the inspiration for the film grain? Because they love the aesthetic.
Oh, cool. Okay. I know some people really hate it actually, so that's cool that some people like it. I actually noticed as well, strangely enough, with some systems, it looks way more pronounced, like it's almost unbearably thick.
Oh, I see.
On some systems. Yeah, it's really weird, but on my one and on a couple of other mates' ones, it seems to be okay. But inspiration-wise, I think basically just stuff like Outlast that I've played before. I mean, having that bit of grain just makes it kind of look a little bit like an old... Because what we were going for is sort of a 70s style to it, because that's the kind of the time period. So it's kind of give it that old-timey kind of TV show sort of look to it.
Apparently, the chat says the game is way scarier with the film grain on.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Actually,
cool.
you can for some reason I can actually see things better with the film.
And we can't have that.
The grain? Oh, okay, that's interesting. Yeah, what we probably will, just for those guys where it looks too thick, have the ability to actually just reduce it without turning it off completely.
Oh yeah, that's an interesting idea too.
Yeah, that won't be difficult to do.
Yeah.
Just a pain, but yeah.
Another question from chat. Yin Yanamina. I never get Yin in chat.
Yin Yamanina.
Who is actually another guest of ours who also just had a Kickstarter go through. So yeah, high fives on that.
Oh, congrats.
They're wondering if this game still scares you.
Scares me?
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's most of the time, like I'm pretty used to it. I mean, always testing this stuff, but the times when I'm playing it and I get scared is when I walk into a massive, like a hallway or something, and there's like a ton of these creatures walking around, and I have to, gingerly sneak my way through, and then I can hear them all around me. And I have to keep turning on and off my light, and then I actually do get, still to this day when I play it, I still get lost in that when that happens, because you could die at any instant, and you're kind of just creeping your way through, and before you get to the exit, you might just do the wrong thing. You might get a little bit too close to one of the creatures and die. So it's really tense. So yeah, it does still scare me on the occasion when I play it.
So the sound is already pretty amazing in this game. Do you have any plans on like making it like a full surround sound with like?
Oh yeah.
Good question.
Give me the 11.4.
Making it so that you can hear every step in like the back of your head.
That's an excellent question. In fact, that reminds me of the other thing that we're going to see if we can fit this in. It's more of a priority 2 thing, but there is a plugin for Unity, and the guys actually got in touch with me about sort of doing like a partnership. It's called Real Space 3D, so it's a real 3D sound plugin, so you can hear positionally where all the things are around you.
Yeah.
So yeah, I've done like a really early implementation of it. It's in its beta at the moment, so I haven't quite gotten it to work properly the way I want it. But something definitely that we're looking at. Yeah.
Coming from an audio engineer perspective, I can tell you that kind of programming or dealing with 3D sound is a lot of fun.
Is it?
Oh yeah. Oh, I love playing with like doing movie sound effects with Foley or like even the scoring and just playing with it as you're tossing it around the room.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you're gonna have a lot of fun. Though I think you're gonna scare the crap out of yourself with this game.
Yeah, I think so.
And I only ask because I have the 7.1 Razer Time Mats,
Oh, yeah, yep. Are they
and
hits?
trying to find a game that can utilize them effectively is actually
Right.
kind of difficult.
Oh, really? Are there not that many games that have 3D sound?
There isn't much draw for like a full surround sound, just based off of like
Yeah.
you know what the regular everyday computer setup would be.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So if you do have a game with full 3D sound and you just have like some okay headsets, I guess having an object move around you, I mean, it'll get sort of slightly quieter in one ear and louder on the other. That sort of stuff. Is that kind of the key thing from that, or?
I mean, even with stereo sound, you can still get a good imprint or like imaging
Yeah.
of where things can be. It's just the 7.1 is really just the Rolls Royce compared to the Toyota.
Oh, okay. So with a proper 3D sound implementation, if you just close your eyes, you could tell where everything is.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, that's pretty cool. Yeah, that for a horror game, I mean, for our thing would work amazingly, I think.
Yeah,
I mean, that's
like one of the things that Markiplier says with any horror game that he plays is that having proper sound in a game makes it a whole lot more scarier than any like monster walking.
That's where
towards
90% of your atmosphere comes from.
yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I mean, yes, the atmosphere is basically, I mean, a large part of it is the sound, and it's the stuff, like you say, what Markiplier said is it's what you can't see, which is way more scary than having an awesome character model, and that kind of stuff. Yeah. So no, I definitely agree with that, and that's actually one of the reasons why we have that insanity mechanic, and why we actually try and get the players to turn their lights off, is so that they can actually creep around in the dark and get freaked out, and that's probably one of the reasons why.
There's so many of them. There's so many.
Yeah.
So many spiders everywhere.
To throw a couple of flares down and creep through a massive hallway and kind of just see these things
the spiders are everywhere.
Like that.
Oh my god.
Oh, I wish I could see it.
So many spiders.
Don't worry, it'll be on YouTube.
Yeah.
So there's another horror indie game that I'm interested in, and they just relaunched their Kickstarter because the original one didn't go through.
Oh,
but they got a partnership with I can't remember, it's a hardware company, a big hardware company.
Oh yeah.
Like Logitech or something. And I can't remember the name of the game now, but it was the one that used biofeedback. Do you remember that, Giant?
Oh, yeah,
is
I know that one.
The heart rate thing?
Yes, yeah.
No, the one you're talking about. Did they fail in the end? It was a while ago,
They did.
right?
Yeah,
it was too expensive. That's the
and
problem.
so they've just relaunched for I think 1/3 of the price because this hardware company is they've been wanting to develop biofeedback for computer games. And oh my god, you got like a bat with nails in it. That's cool. And they want to use this game to kind of showcase that. So I was going to ask, if that became a thing, would you consider putting biofeedback into a game like this?
Oh, I'd love to. Yeah, I mean, anything where you can measure the fear of the player. I mean, then that would actually line up really well with the AI director implementation that we're thinking about putting forward as well. So yeah, no, that would be amazing. Actually, anything to measure the fear of the player and adjust the game accordingly would be wicked.
Yeah, I wanted to bring it up because being a procedurally done game, like, you definitely have a perfect market for biofeedback affecting the gameplay in your procedurally.
There's also the simpler style of biofeedback with there's two of those things there. There's the one game where it's called Pinewood Boulevard or something like that. At Pinewood View, and instead of it using like heart rate or whatever, it uses your own jerks of the mouse.
Oh, interesting.
To manipulate the game to make it scarier based on what you react to the most.
Oh, okay. That's pretty awesome as well. Yeah. No, it's stuff like that. And I've heard of another one where they get you to put on the microphone, so if you start breathing heavily and stuff,
that's called lurking. I played that, and that is very intense because Also, it's kind of hard to do a let's play on it when you're not allowed to talk. So for a lot of it, I'm like, I can't say anything. Oh,
And it's not just lurking. They also have that in Alien Isolation.
Oh, they do.
Where you can turn the microphone on, and any sound you make, the aliens or synthetics can actually hear it.
Wow.
So,
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And then there's another one I want to bring up called Daylight. And what they did is with the streaming community becoming more of a thing,
Twitch.
they actually
the Twitch
have
stuff, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So I was also going to say, having a procedurally done horror game, would you
Yeah.
consider putting anything like that in with live stream commands where, like, if right now
Yeah.
Fleeting Infinity didn't like Giant and could just, summon a horde of spiders in the next room that he goes to?
Oh, evil.
That's also a really excellent question, and in fact, I brought this up with Jeff yesterday. So one thing that he's kind of driving forward, he's innovating in is there's a Microsoft technology called Azure, so it's a whole bunch of cloud-based services. So I was really excited last week when I just came back from Australia. I went to a local game dev meetup, and one guy had a local game going, but anyone with a mobile phone could basically put on the IP address and take control of like this flock of cars that was driving around. So and I said, oh, could we do that? And he goes, yeah, we could do that with Azure. So one of the things I said to him was, in future, that maybe after we've done all the main things, is it would be great to do a Twitch thing. Then basically whoever's playing supply an ID of some sort, and then you could then have a top-down maybe view of the guys playing, the people playing, and then like you say, summon creatures in, or vote for things to happen next to that person. I think that'd be awesome. I think that would work awesomely for an expo type situation where, like, we had guys playing on the Rift, and anyone could rock on up and just basically log on via an IP address and go, yep, drop the spider on top of his head, or make the sound. I mean, then you could have a whole bunch of people voting on stuff and feeling like they're part of the game at the time as well.
Yeah. I don't know.
So the short answer is yes. I'd love that.
I'm really interested to see what happens in the future.
Yeah, and potentially you could take control of a monster and just actually attack the guy as well, which would be even better.
Yeah, do some Left 4 Dead multiplayer.
Yeah, and anyone could log in and just start controlling. Like, it'd be like something really weak, like a spider or something.
Of course.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
still,
but you could basically mess with someone, yeah.
I don't know, audience, would you enjoy doing something like that? I'm not even going to wait for
Scaring Giant.
Not cool, guys.
Scaring him even more.
Clap your hands if you believe in spider hordes. Oh man.
Yeah. Spiders were a bit of a favorite for people, but it'd be good somehow with the biofeedback thing to find out what people are more scared of, in terms of animals and things like that, rats and that snakes, that kind of thing would be kind of fun as well.
Did you just get teleported?
I just made it.
Did you win?
Not yet, but I'm safe.
I hate to tell you though, Giant, it is currently 9:02 p.m.
No! We're finishing this! We're finishing this right now!
He's determined.
I'm in the place where I can't get attacked anymore, so now I just gotta figure out where I am and make it down the stairs.
Turn your flashlight on.
Yeah, I guess I can do that now, can I? Can't I? I'm just like, oh my god, there's rocks on the floor, what am I gonna do?
Beat him with the bat.
Now, the one other question I have is the finishing music, is that copyright or is that good?
I actually have no idea. That came with one of the audio managers that I bought, one of the assets. So I just chucked it in there because it sounded cool.
Oh yeah.
Because I know it's like some really heavy rock music. I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah. One of the things that we'll be doing is so Sean is the fella in Kansas who's doing all the sounds. He's busy kind of replacing all the tracks and stuff. So the main track in the game at the moment is we pre-purchased a whole bunch of stuff. So we're going to basically look to take a lot of those things out and the sounds as well.
And here we go.
Oh, you won.
Let's see if we did.
Next level!
Yay!
Hey, you won. I can't see, but hey.
Yay!
I'm
subscribe
driving
to
away in a car.
You're driving away in a car. That's you into the sunrise.
In the sunrise.
The sunrise. Oh yeah.
Watch out for our upcoming Kickstarter in
Late September. So you heard it here first, guys. Late September Kickstarter.
We're doing another one.
Oh, that is like I played this many times. In fact, I played this when I got my wisdom tooth out. I'm just like,
Oh, awesome.
Yeah.
face half numb horror stream.
I'm just excited that this is going to be the outro music for this
Even better.
episode.
You're a little bit high with your playing last time, too. It's the best time, dude.
But yeah, this game still scares the crap out of me, as we've noticed. It's just so intense because, again, it changes every time.
Yeah, and you had someone in the room as well.
And the lights on.
And the lights on,
Lights
and somebody in the room,
Yep.
and it's still...
Hell, man, I jumped at like 3 or 4 different points.
Okay, so what you need to do is, anybody who decides to watch this on YouTube, count how many times I blink.
I don't think that's going to be a very high number.
Exactly.
You're kind of a freak of nature that way.
It's like playing a real life SCP.
Yeah. Don't even bring that game up to me.
So you're going to be putting SCP-173 as an Easter egg somewhere,
Never,
right?
ever,
Yeah.
no.
Oh, well, I guess that's it for this, this
No, you have to do
episode.
this in your best glam
Right.
rock voice with this music.
What do you mean, like...
Thank you so much for joining us on the Average Giants.
Oh, okay. Bless Horcheese, and you just witnessed the Average Giants.
Dingo and
Thanks for stopping by. We'll see you next week.
Oh, man.
Oh, yeah. I'm just a little dead now. Okay.
Well, I want to say thank you, Joe, for joining us again. This was a blast as always, and
Yep.
we're looking
Yeah.
forward to having you back.
Absolutely. Anytime, man. Whenever you can. Love to be on. Just,
Yeah, if
hang
there's
it up.
ever if there's ever a big update or anything you know that
Yeah.
that makes you really want to show off, and just give us a
Yeah,
ring of thing.
absolutely. Yep, hopefully the next couple of months we'll have another build-up and I'll flick that through. Oh, thanks, Carl Savant, for the nice message. Yeah, absolutely. But for the time being, if you guys could give us a Steam Greenlight vote, that would be awesome.
I'm
We
pretty
need
sure
to-
I
we need to-
have, but I'll double check that.
I'm
Oh,
gonna
okay, yeah,
find
that's
it.
cool. That's cool. But yeah, anyone else, yeah, please feel free to give us a vote. And yeah, we hope to be there by March. To be greenlit, that is.
Wonderful.
I'm gonna get that while we're still online. Everybody stay here right now.
They ran away. Oh, there you go.
Go vote.
All right, and on that, thank you for stopping by, and we will
up?
see you next week with some more super awesome, amazing, crazy, fun, horrifying, delightful, delicious,
Trying to think
sexy,
what we have this week. It's pretty cool stuff, actually.
too spoopy, too cool, too
spoopy.
sexy. I don't know.
All right, guys. From everybody here at IGM and everybody at Average Giants, much love, and we will see you all next time.
See you guys.
Oh.
Take care. Bye bye.